Grand opening, grand closing. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers, your only friend these YouTube streets, Porter Rock 77, back with another video. Jez Corden of Windows Central has leaked information stating that Microsoft plans to release a new handheld in partnership with Asus ROG, and it's part of a project called Project Canon. Not Keenan, Canon. Now, this is a Windows-based platform, and I could show you an idea. So, a Windows-based handheld similar to the Asus ROG. This is the company they chose to partner with. Now, this is something not exactly in terms of handheld, but this is something that I mentioned before in terms of Microsoft's potential strategy and what they plan to do in the future. Now, in reality, this device is pretty much, you can say, is the Asus ROG. It is just off the shelf common hardware that Microsoft plans to do, and I think is going to carry over to their console. I can see this handheld being the test bed for that strategy. Now, I mentioned in previous videos, and when I talked about this, that the advantage for Microsoft is they're trying to get out of the hardware business. And what I mean by getting out of the hardware business is trying to make these custom consoles that they keep losing money on because no one's really buying them. So instead, they're going to focus on the software, which is their Windows operating system. Think of it this way. How did Windows become the most popular operating system in the world? Or not even the most popular, but the most widely used. It's because it's on every device. Devices that Microsoft themselves did not make. Dell made the computers and laptops. Asus, Acer, Lenovo. Think of every hardware manufacturer that makes PCs and laptops. They made the hardware, Microsoft provided an operating system. And I think, as I mentioned, Microsoft is trying to take that strategy to the gaming side. And I think they're going to start with the handheld because that's probably the least volatile out of all the hardware peripherals that they would make. It's pretty simple. Have Asus, who's already making the Asus ROG Ally, rebrand it as an Xbox, whatever project they ultimately named the device, and it's a Windows device, and you have it. There you go. And depending on how the outcome that goes, they're going to do the very same thing with the Xbox console. On that shell, it's going to look like a console. It'll probably have the UI of a console, but in reality, the internal guts, and my prediction is going to be the same type of guts you get in a laptop. So pretty much what you get in a gaming laptop, that's pretty much what you're going to get in an Xbox console. And if you played on a gaming laptops before, I have one. They're not good. Gaming laptops are not good at all. But why would Microsoft go with this approach? It's like I said, they fail at hardware. So custom hardware, custom consoles, they're not good at it because no one's really buying them. And that's the worst part of their business. This allows them to finally leave the console business while trying to pretend they're still in the console business, right? So this handheld, this Project Canon is their test bed. They're going to release it. Asus is going to manufacture it. And you best believe it's not going to come cheap. It will not be subsidized. Microsoft is not going to lose money. Asus is not going to lose money with every sale of this. It's going to be sold for profit, and Asus will make profit off this. So expect these handhelds to be $600, $700, $800, similarly priced as their ROG Ally. Now, another thing that's been mentioned, and by Jez Corden, is this will not be backwards compatible with your library games on the console. Now, if you bought your games on, the Windows Store and stuff, then yeah, pretty much if you could play it on PC, you'll be able to play it on this device. But that's about it. But some of the backwards compatibility games that can only be played on the console, that's not coming after. That's not going. Just how it is. Listen, I mentioned this before. The Xbox community really should focus more on their future with their brand. Really ask themselves if Microsoft's trustworthy with hardware going forward, and make the decision: is it really worth staying on Xbox? Maybe PC is the way to go for you guys. Maybe not. If Game Pass is what you like and you still have consoles, then you could risk it. But you have to really ask yourself, if Microsoft produces new hardware, a new console, let's say 2027, which is what Jez Corden is predicting is going to be released. Microsoft releases a new console in 2027. Do you have faith in the OEM strategy? Do you have faith in a Dell Xbox, an Asus Xbox, an Acer Xbox, a Lenovo Xbox. All these randomized OEM Xboxes with different configurations and different specs. Do you really think your Xbox is going to be an optimized console like the traditional consoles? And how long would these OEM companies continue to make them? Because they could, sure, they could start out like, yeah, Lenovo, Dell, and all them. They launched the first Xbox, maybe a second one, but then they realized hardly anyone's buying them, so it's just not worth manufacturing them. And how the updates are going to be, are they unison, different configurations? Pretty much, they're all PCs. Microsoft's tricking you into playing on PC. And if you're a console gamer, you really, really want to do your research and really ask yourself, how dedicated is Microsoft to the console? Or just they're trying to find an easy way out? But that's a question for you to ask yourself and to make the best decision for you. Us guys in the PlayStation side, we're good. PlayStation has a great relationship with AMD. They're in partnership with Project Amethyst, and they're just gonna do good things, and they're all about the console. But on the Xbox side, you really need to focus on what you think you're gonna get out of the future plans of Microsoft. Because I'm telling you, they're not creating hardware in the best interest of the gamers. They're creating hardware in the best interest in their own corporation. And right now, dedicated consoles, that's not their thing. They want to push more for PC, and they're hoping to push you over to PC. But you let me know what you think. Your only friend is YouTube Streets Porter Rock 77. You guys take care. Peace.